All right, hey collective, how y'all doing out there? Now I am so full, but it's a satisfying full. It ain't one of those uncomfortable fulls. The food was good, and you know how you right. Oh my God! When you eat your favorite food and you it's right. Now something might be going on. Now y'all do got some festivities coming up if you celebrate Easter. Now it could be something going on with that. Something could get right. No, no. Let me see. It just tastes so good in my mouth. And I have been finished eating for about 20 minutes now. And I can still taste it, y'all. I don't want no more though. Cause I don't like to be real, real full. Then it be uncomfortable. But let me get on to the reading. Let me get on. Let me see. Let's see what's coming out, boo. Now, how y'all doing out there? Leave your girl a little something in the comment. Hit the like button. Share the video. Tell me what's going on. Tell me if any of the readers is resonating with you. Let me live vicariously through you. Alright? Dang. Share sometimes. I be sharing with you. Now you got Temperance coming out here. And you got the Chariot. Now maybe something that you've been waiting for is finally coming through. It is over here in the past position. Let me see. That was the King of Pentacles, which is giving me that full sensation that you're feeling. You know, sucking on your teeth, getting all the juices out. Was that nasty? And look at the King of Wands and the Chariot is there again. Let me see. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, you know. I like it. Both of them leadership, you know, business sense. They the masculine energy. That's the doer. And look at that. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands is here. Now, yeah. It's like you don't want to go back there no more. Like I ain't going back there no more. Ooh, now I hear a lot of good conversation, laughing, kicking it, talking about the past. I ain't doing that no more. Girl, you remember you did? Girl, boy, you remember this? I hear it, y'all. Full farting. Auntie, uncle cutting up and stuff like that right there. Now look at that. It ain't come out though. That's what you're moving on from. Yeah, I told you. You got your eye on the prize. I like it. Now all of these are major arcanas. Now I want to say that you're looking in the right direction. Now, this is right here in your present position. Now, I think some of y'all doing all right now. I think some of y'all doing all right. Now, that don't have to necessarily be the case for everybody financially, but it look like it's going to be all right. Let me see. This is past, present, future. You know, this could also indicate vibration, you know, an ideal. What it says, a financial new beginning, opportunities, new job, business, money, investment, savings, security, stability, abundance, manifestation. Look like you're going to be pretty full. All right, now you know we got to shake it up. Let's see what's coming out of these cards. Follow the white rabbit. And it says curiosity meets opportunity. Now your intuition could be telling you something because that is Temperance, and she does represent Sagittarius, which is expansion. And it's like, yes, do that. Yes, go for it. Right next to that Ace of Pentacles. Now, the rabbit is associated with number 3, which represents community, environment, communication. Ooh. 14 and 14 is telling you to clock that T. I don't know why I saying clock T when it's clear to say clock time. But because I was thinking about the intuition and the temperance. I think that got something to do with that. Because then I looked at it again and it said clock time. But this card does represent patience. But I think you need to clock that T. That white rabbit. Now, if y'all never heard the saying clock time, I got it from the younger generation. You know, your girl got to stay hip. All right? You got to stay hip. And maybe that got something to do with it. Now, it's so crazy. I don't know why this is relevant at this time, but I don't know why spirit give me crazy things. But I don't know. I like hippies. I like the people that dress up like hippies. I don't care what color you is either. It's something about this free spirit of you, boo. Now, maybe I'm talking to some hippies. You know? I don't know. I always find myself drawn to hippies. Incense, and I don't care what color you is either. And maybe that got something to do with that tea. You know, hippies are 10-4 hatters. That's probably why. They'll probably really get me. Because I'll be out there, y'all. And it says you can't go back to yesterday. And uncertainty is here. And use your time well is here. And I'm looking at the Hermit, looking at, yesterday. The time. Now, you might be facing some uncertainty. And this is telling you to be in the present. Make every moment count. And look, the number 24. This is always, I don't care, anytime I see it. And look, it's the same old clock with this clock. And look at that little gremlin. Now, maybe some of y'all got some babies, some baby kids. This card says, choose who you will become. Minister to that little gremlin right there. The one inside you and the one outside of you. You know? You know? Because the rabbit is here. You know, it's all about birth. Well, I don't celebrate holidays, but, I ain't judging no more. I'm letting everybody make their own decisions, what they get their energy to. But there does seem to be some type of transition that's going to turn you around. Because this is number 9. Now, let's see what 141 say. Now, I'm going to take every opportunity to use this book. Even if the message that has nothing to do with this is always something good that you can get from everything. Right? Look, and it says the narrative. It's all right, navigating you. I always look for the root word and everything. Yeah. Narrative is to lead, to guide, to direct. Your narrative needs some reworking. Your angles want you to bring your attention to the stories you tell yourself, and it's telling you to rework the narrative using statements that reflect your truth and focus on the positive life lessons that you have learned. Then I told you, yeah, I said all that before I even read it. And it's telling you to restart today. And the next one is be love and make magic. To get it, you got to be it. That's what that card said. Now, I think you need to turn around this way, baby. You've been in hermit mode a long time. It's time to step out. And look, that number 44. Wet North Node. Now, you could be saying 1414. 914. 944. But let's see. What we gonna pull from Spirit? I want to give the people something different. Different. Give you something different. That's I know what to pull from. Since we got a lot of what is that? We haven't pulled from these in a long time. Let's see what's going on out of there. This is the money deck. Let's pull from these two today. Now you got retail right here. And it says, if you have an ideal in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for you to do it. Now, I said that before I get there. I said this is a yes to that ideal, that rabbit to go. Now, this actually says consider careers in retail, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you got to work at a store. You could be yourself for your own self. Open up a store. And it also says save time and energy and add positive income. These cards be so messed up, y'all. Save time and energy and add passive income. Oh, in regards to taking your business online, you know? How about that? Wow. You heard that? Now, I don't know why the cards fell, but they've been up there forever. And then something revved up. Now, maybe something revving up. That was pretty loud. It's like the cards fell before the rev came. Now, something might fall in your house. And it could even be a message on that. Something. I don't know. It did it for a reason. Now you got lost here. Now it says a major phase in your life is ending. Embrace newness in regards to this time. You know? Yeah, something is over. And it says let go of what was so you can focus your energy on what is ahead of you. And the grief of loss continues to be an obstacle in your life. And everything has a mourning period, and there's nothing wrong with going through that period. We all got to go through it. It's just inevitable. Now, what's the name of that movie? I told somebody about that before. It was a movie on Netflix, and the people had a funeral home. Man, when I tell you that daggone movie was so good, that series, it's gonna teach you about loss, boo, relationships, and everything else. And if you're there, put it in the comments. Child, it had a little slow start. I think the first 2 seasons was a little slow, but it wasn't too slow because I stayed tuned in, and I'm a critic, and I'm glad I did. It was good. Yes, it was. Now you got denial here. And those messages, that's you looking back. And it says, perhaps you are insisting that reality be something other than what it is. Now, look at all that. That's all that past memory. Right here when you can't go back to yesterday. It's over. It's over. Turn around. But easy does it. It looks like he's building up some strength. Slow and steady wins the race. It does say this is not a good time to rush. Pay attention to every detail. You know, you don't want to make the same mistakes. Nobody's rushing anybody to do anything that they're not ready for. That's definitely not what I'm doing. And just like I said, everything has a grieving process, even your shadow side. It don't want to go nowhere. It wants you to stay stuck in the mess just like it is. You have to embrace the shadow side. Learn from it. What makes you tick, react, behave. When those old notes pop up in your head, pay attention to them. When you start kicking yourself in the butt, we are our worst critics. You know, a lot of times we don't need nobody outside kicking us in the butt. We do it for ourselves. Now, it looks like you got something new coming. You're going to overcome some type of mountain. The key is right behind that. And I told you, there goes the 10. It's over. Ship's moving forward. Now, somebody might want to get back in, but you got to clean up the mess. Now, sometimes that's your mind trying to go back. Look, you're trying to get back into the old house. That's a peephole. That's a portal. That has something to do with that. There you go. Now this is the garden. Now everything goes on in the garden. We know that. This is like the Matrix card. Opportunities. You know, everything. School, beliefs, everything. Congregations. That could be that little, it could be the Last Supper. It is the 8 of Swords. Restrictions. Maybe you don't need to go back there no more. Maybe it's these people you need to go away, leave away from. Whatever this loss is. You know? You can look at this as the Matrix. The Hierophant. To make it clear. And there you go. Maybe that's the final notice. It is the 7 of Swords. There you go, right there. And see, it's at the bottom of the deck, and it's right here. Same thing. With the sun. And dang, and look at the star. You can't go back to yesterday. You done woke up. You know too much now. You know? Blood in, blood out. cannot go back to yesterday. You can't go back. I told you when I went to go see my brother, because they drink and stuff. Not that I love my brother and everything, but you know, I don't want to be around nobody that's drinking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to talk about. All they was talking about was the past, and it was bad past behavior. You know what I'm saying? You remember you did that? I don't want to talk about that stuff. I know. I love my brother. Wife and everybody else, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't need to bring that stuff back up there like that no more. No more. I think some of y'all gonna experience that. Now, some of y'all maybe have strayed away from drinking and doing the same thing, and some of these people are still stuck. But it's gonna show you just how you was when you go back out there. When you go back around it, it's gonna open your eyes. You just say, "Damn." That was me. But it was somebody in there that was sober. Yeah. She had her own business too. Didn't drink, didn't do drugs. Yep. I said, you was a lucky little girl. I think she actually she have a what is called lip and here right here, because we went to a little shop. It's called Shea Butter. What is called a lip and something. She actually was the first person to do it. Lip and pour. She make her own shea butter and lipsticks, and she do it like a sipping paint. Lip and pour. Instead of painting, you make the lipstick in the shea butter. She even did a franchise. I think she in her 30s too. I was like, you go, girl. Her idea. That's what that sober mind did it for. You know, she wasn't playing around here in these streets. Let me see. Now you got investment, and it's telling you to invest wisely, your time. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with going to see your family or nothing like that. Doing whatever you got to do. But you know, sometimes you get around those situations and you fall prey. Now this is telling you to keep up the great work. You are moving towards real wealthy prosperity. Now it could be something going on good here. Some things that you could have been restricted to are now available to you. Now that you done opened up your little eyes and put some things to an end. He also has transformed the situation. You know, sometimes when you see alchemy, it does give off a vibe of some type of negative energy, you know, because it's always telling you to transmute. I know what's in it. Oh, there you go. New beginning. And you got love life. Now this is just saying love and let yourself be loved. And it says free from problems and money troubles. Enjoy passion. And love, you know. And it could just be friendships. And that card said moving up. the other one. Don't that look like a record? Take that record off and put on a new one. Alright? New ones. And we have Mirror of Reality. Reflections bring clarity. And this is a trine. And that's easy. You know, the triangle in astrology. It says things will be easy. A little ease. But sometimes, you know, it's also like apathy. No gusto. Could be that too. You know, no effort. You know, just like chillax. Just like me with itis, I'm full. Oh no. Now the temptation of light. Choose wisely. I told you right over here with with these folks right here. A light bulb and a butterfly. You're gonna see, but sometimes it's good to see it, you know, and you say, God damn, that used to be me. Oh God, it's probably a little bit worse. Now look at the harvester. Didn't I tell you that alchemy card sometimes mean that telling you to assess relationships with the star, and you can't go back to yesterday and love life? Spirit be on y'all hard over here on this channel. And I'm not saying this for everybody. Maybe because it's a collective channel. I don't know. It'll be a little hard. Now y'all can always go over there to the Aries channel or the other channel that I have. They right there. You know. It do be a little bit easier over there. You know, you can look at the Aries channel as the energy of the Aries energy that we're in, you know, and look at the water signs when we move in the water sign. You can look at that right now because we're still in Pisces energy, earth signs, Taurus energy. You know what I'm saying? You can find something in there, boo. If this don't resonate, if this ain't got nothing to do with you, you know? You can find something over there. Trust me. And it be so different all the time. Even on my TikTok channel, I don't, you know, a lot of people put their TikToks on YouTube. I guess it does help with time and stuff like that right there, but it's a different energy over there. I noticed that. So that's why I don't do it. You know? That's the only reason why. But I like their readings too. It'd be a little bit more humorous, I want to say. Because I only have 10 minutes, so I'll be talking fast and it just be coming out, y'all. A little bit funnier. The Two of Cups. Now that looks balanced with the Mirror of Reality. Now it could also have something to do with relationships, you know? Unions. Now I'm going to do that. Now we got the Moon and the Four of Swords. Now it is reflecting, healing, you know? Meditation. Pulling those swords up out your chest. Thinking about investments. Following the white rabbits. I don't know. If something fell in your house, pay attention to what it was. It might be telling you something. You might have to dig beneath the surface to see what it was. You know what I'm saying? Be that 10-4 hatter. Now we got the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Now that is a victory. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. I like it. Now I must say that I did kind of turn it around, not realizing what these cards were. But I always say if they are here, they mean something. It is over here in the past. Now maybe that got something to do with this. I don't know. And remember, we all, and I'm talking about before you woke up, that past. That past right there. When you ain't know no better. When you was following the status quo. It could represent that right there with this mirror of reality. You know, the choices, the investments. A little distorted. But anytime I see the cards there, they do want to turn themselves around. They're there for a reason. Whether they're in the upright or the reverse. And look, the same Ace of Pentacles right there. Now that's clarification. With wealth. Just got to do the work. And look at the Empress. That's that Venus energy, baby. We'll clock that T. And I swear it got something to do with these people right here. That you need to clock. The behavior. You know, sometimes when you clock the T, you be spilling the tea a little bit. Somebody might spill the tea. Drinking. I don't know. You got the 6 of coins. Giving and receiving. Unclock that tea. Alright. Now you got the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Now remember, only take what resonates and leave the rest. If that part ain't for you, leave it alone. Now they say they say a drunk mouth speaks a sober mind. It just be the shadow. It'd probably be your dark self, but you probably wouldn't do it if you were sober. You know, you'd be like, wow. You'd be sorry. Now the 10 of Wands, yeah. How could something be natural when you're not in a natural state? Alcohol is not a natural substance. So it's not a natural behavior. And you got the 10 of Wands here. Again, stress or hard work paying off. An ending, a new beginning. But it is on assess the relationships. It's just making me pay attention to the paint and how the hands are. It's not like they holding. They you know, barely touching. Let me see. Now alright, I'm gonna go this far. Since it does kind of line up. Now we got the Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords sometimes is hasty, you know, it's swift. It's not rationale. It's teenage mentality. And it doesn't have to be your energy. You know? Whatever's going on over here in the garden. Right here we'll follow the white rabbit. Now to be fair, I'm going to do that again. But it's the 8 of Coins and the Emperor. Now this is actively doing something. With the Emperor. And the 2 of Cups. And Temperance and follow the right rabbit. Now we've seen the Empress. Now it could be a mommy and a daddy. A baby mama, a baby daddy. Now let's see, we got the 8 of Swords. Yeah. I don't know. Some might go on at a retail store. I don't know why I jumped to all of that, but it's just really making me bring it up. Then you got the 10 of coins with the 6 of wands. Now, in regards to investment, it look like if you do got an idea, I want to say it's going to pay off. And we got the Sun card on the 9 of Cups. Now, it look like you got favor. And I don't even say stuff like that. Now, somebody might say something like that. That could be your lingo. Because I don't even say stuff like that. Now, you got the Queen of Swords here on the Ace of Coins. Now, anytime the Queen of Swords, you know, even though she's logic, she's like law. On this loss. And clock that T in the garden. Something going on. And it's telling you to choose wisely. This is the only reason why I'm mentioning it. Now, you're already going to know what it is if it's for you. If you got to sit up here and try to figure it out, it's probably just not for you, but... And we got the Queen of Wands. Next to the 6. Yeah. And I think it got something to do with these two right here. And this could be a man or a woman, because this represents the mind and the thought. The oil and water. Now, to be fair, this could just be Aries energy, and this could be Neptune, you know, because it's air. And you can think about Libra as well. And Pisces is all up in there too. It's so much going on. And there's some more stuff with that. I think Chiron probably in there somewhere. Chiron. Oh Lord, I can't keep up with all of it. And of course, this could be your own mind. You know, brains and broody. I don't know which one to take. I'm gonna put 2 over here. Oh, we're gonna take these 2 because this is 3, but we'll pay attention to those, okay? And we got 2. We got the Knight of Wands, and we got the Empress. Now, the Knight of Wands is an action card, a Hermit, looking at that way. I want to say, because this is your last card, the Empress, to keep moving forward. That would be my advice. Now, of course, you can do whatever you want to do. All right? It's right here on the Harvester. It look like you got a good glow about yourself, boo. All right? Now, let me see. With the Empress. It look like you done attained a lot, and she's lined up with the Star. Man or woman now. Now you got the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. See? This is some deception. Some surrender. This is moving on. Foresight. The truth. Get clear. And the King of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Now this could be 3 people involved in this situation. If it's a situation that's going on over here in the garden, this tea that you about to clock. You know, because the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords sometimes is law. It do look like a lot of money on the board. Now, sometimes with loss, there is, because we do got the number 8, could represent the 8th house. You know what I'm saying? Because loss is here. And it represents inheritance, other people's money, family. We seen them reunion card. But let me see. I'm gonna just pull from those cards just to see what come out. Got a lot of money up here. Follow the white rabbit. Doesn't that indicate, something is not so obvious? King of Swords and Queen of Swords is judges and lawyers and stuff like that. The Hermit is an investigator. And I said clock T for a reason. In favor. Something might go in your favor. There you go. I said I was going to see if it was going to come out. But investigate the 8th house. On the rabbit. And there's the partnership. And introspection. The 12th house. And that's Pisces. And there's also what does the 12th house represent? I forget it. I know it's introspection, but it is the number 52. Cross-pollinate. What's the 12th house? I'll be trying to keep remembering without not looking at cross-pollinate. Gemini was just giving me the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, but it's usually the investigator. Gemini. You're going to find out. It's right here on the Hermit. In love life. And no. And the harvester. And the star. Let me see something. I'll be forgetting what the 12th house is. What is it? I know it's over. Ain't nowhere else to go but back to 1. It's a completion. It's probably the most misunderstood house of all. The 12th house refers to a subconscious and hidden self that exists a part of the physical everyday reality. Right there with reality track. Habits, patterns, karmic debt, self-deception, escapism. Yeah. It's psychosis. It's drugs and alcohol. I don't know. Somebody better not. I don't know. I said it for a reason. I don't bring up alcohols and drugs all the time, but I said it for a reason. And holidays sometimes is a trigger. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you experience some loss. I don't bring it up all the time. I don't bring it up. And I just don't like the way they hold their hands. It just ain't right. I don't like it. It ain't like it's a firm grip. But let me see. We're gonna close it out with these. Not this. We're gonna close it with this one. Let me see. It's 3 of them. Ooh, look at that. I don't know why. Now, this is fearless love, grounded in cosmic power. But I don't know why. It's always when he be looking over here at somebody else. I don't know. Might be nothing, though. But you better clock that T. Alright? Yeah, because we got the fast talker and a lot of action down here with this Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords. And caution. And money, keys. That money is showing up. Now, I do think whatever this is, you're going to figure it out this year, because that's the number 25. And recover. And look, it's really giving me recovery. And evil eye protection. Yeah. The star and obstacles. The star is there. An obstacle. And there's some type of travel or something. I don't know. Don't go back. I don't know. If you ain't strong enough to go around them folks, don't go around them folks. I don't know what they doing, boo. Watch your drink, all that good stuff like that right there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't usually get it. But anyway, that's your message. I'm going to just leave it alone. Because it do look like somebody is on the right track. Doing good things and stuff like that. Now, I know that part ain't for everybody, but that is definitely for somebody. All right.